The police have the right to stop and frisk you if they haven't seen you commit a crime. I'm a lawyer and we're going to watch this video together, and at the end I'll talk about what happened and what your rights are. So the police received a report of somebody with a gun, and this person matches the description.
Yo, get on the ground right now.
West Newton, one in custody.
Can I breathe? Put your fucking hands down. Don't fucking move.
I told you traffic. Somebody has someone in custody where I got him.
West Newton, North.
I'm on West Newton. I'm in custody now.
We got a firearm covered.
Hey, you have a firearm recovered there?
Hey, look at this. Back up. Back up. Back up.
421, I'm with him.
I got it.
121 is there.
Watch this on.
820, copy that last one.
Back
Stay
up.
over there.
Back
Stay
up.
over there.
Back up.
Stay over there.
Nobody's looking at it. Back up. You got a knife.
I'll respond to that Tremont West Newton.
Where is it?
Yes.
On the side.
Tell mommy. I got you, bro.
What are you doing?
I'm doing what?
Back up for him.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm that's my little bro.
Hey, Clifton.
Fuck.
Give me a Miranda card.
Ask him. He's a grown-ass man.
You got a license to carry? You got a license to carry? Huh? Looking at me. You got a license to carry?
Yes.
You got an LTC?
Don't worry about it, bro. Well, let me get. Yo, guys, back up.
Back up.
I'm not gonna say it again. Back up.
Yeah.
Can I get his phone?
No.
Yeah. I know. I can talk to him.
What are you doing, this kid?
What?
Where?
Crafton got it.
How are you all? No, I'm good.
Huh? Sit up.
Sit up.
I'll be out quick. Quick, dude.
Just cut that.
Good. Calm on me.
Sergeant, hold you up on this.
Crafton, you got a knife on this?
Okay, bro. They're gonna fucking surround me all the time, bro. Come on.
I'll make it out this shit, bro. I'm not fucking with none of y'all, bro. Word.
I understand what you're doing.
Listen, I asked you. I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you have a license to carry
Why
a
did
firearm?
you take my hat off like that?
Do you have a, so I can see your eyes?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights. You understand that? Before we ask you any
Can I get up?
questions.
Can I get up? You want me up?
Hold on.
Where's the gun at?
Crafton got it.
So I'm in the 25.
Can I get my hat? Can I get my hat?
over to you. Let's get. We want to get you over there right now, all right?
The 1-3 ambulance told you I'd get down there. They're gonna
I gotta take a look in the bag.
Yeah, let's.
How the fuck you fucking cuff my bag with me, bro?
We should have cuffed you. Let's get this one.
You got it?
Go ahead.
Ow! Fuck.
Hold up. Stop moving.
Listen.
All right, so I found this video on Boston Bodycam YouTube channel. You can go check them out if you want. So as I mentioned, they received a report of somebody with a gun. So obviously he had shown it to somebody and this guy matched the description, so they stopped him. The police report describes it as a pat and frisk, but this looks more aggressive than that. So if they come up to you and they want to pat you down, do they have the right to do that? Do you have the right to refuse? Well, it depends. There's a case called Terry versus US, and that's why they call this a Terry stop. And in the Terry case, if I recall correctly, there were some people outside a bank that looked suspicious, like they were casing it, and then the cop stops and then he patted them down. So that's where you get the stop and frisk. And he did not observe a crime being committed. But, you know, they looked out of place, they looked suspicious, something was going on. So that gave him what the Supreme Court deemed reasonable suspicion, which is less than probable cause, to investigate and to pat them down for officer safety. So, you know, if they have a gun and you're talking to them and then they pull it out, you know, that's dangerous. So if you're talking to somebody who you think may be engaged in a crime, you know, you've got the right to pat them down and make sure that they don't have any weapon on them. And This was a very aggressive form of that, let's say, but he did pat the guy down, and then as soon as he felt something in the pocket, they just took him down to the ground to see what it was. He did ask him, do you have a license to carry? And the guy falsely said, yes, I do. And I know it's false because this is the second time this guy's been arrested for possessing a firearm. And even in states where it is legal, in some states like Massachusetts, it's very strict. And if you have a license to conceal carry, you have to carry it with you when you have the gun. So even if he did have a concealed carry permit, if he wasn't carrying it on him, he could still be charged with an offense. And in the city where I live, Washington, D.C., not only do you have to have it on you, but there are parts of the city where they are not allowed. They're not allowed in any federal building. They're not allowed in any city-owned building. They're not allowed in any hospital. They're not allowed in the tourist areas downtown, like the mall, Washington Mall, Washington Monument, where the Smithsonian's are, things like that. So, if you drew a map of D.C., it would look like a very big checkerboard where there's parts you can carry it and parts you can't. And even in those parts where you can, you have to have the permit with you. So yes, if you are doing something out of the ordinary, they can do a Terry stop to make sure that officer safety while they're interrogating you. And sometimes they'll do what's known as frisking the inside of a car, which I think is BS. If they pull you over to make sure you don't have anything in the car. But the key is reasonable suspicion. So they can't just stop everyone on the street and pat them down. If you patted everyone down, you would be violating everyone's rights. And that's the reason why that's why you need reasonable suspicion. So if you had probable cause, you can apply for a warrant and search anyone, search anyone's home or whatever. But the Supreme Court has recognized something less than probable cause, which they call reasonable suspicion, and that's what's used in a Terry stop. So as I said, they have to suspect something's going on with articulable facts. The reasonable articulable suspicion. So, they were hanging out in front of a bank and looking inside the windows, and, they were in the backyard looking in at things. They were peering into cars with a flashlight, whatever. They have to have some basis to detain you and touch your body in a way to see if you have a weapon, and that's a Terry stop. So, the rules for what is probable cause, there's no mathematical thing that's like a judge knows it when he sees it, and reasonable suspicion is less than probable cause, and a judge will know that when he sees that as well. But there's no mathematical number for it. But something has to be out of place, and the officer, in order to ensure his safety, will pat you down to make sure you don't have anything on you while he does the interaction. And they received a report that this guy or someone matching his description had a gun, so they wanted to question this person. But if you question the person with a gun, that's very dangerous. So that's why they did a Terry stop for officer safety. And the reasonable articulable suspicion was that they got a call about somebody carrying a gun. So either he had displayed it to someone or someone knew of him having it and provided the description to the police. So once again, this was targeted at an individual, and they had a reason to suspect that he had committed a crime, namely possession of a gun. And based on that, they were allowed to stop and frisk you. And then you're on your way. After that, you don't have to answer any questions. Everything after that is voluntary. It look very voluntary here. But, that's what they're allowed to do. They're allowed to stop and frisk you and send you on your way if you don't have a weapon on you. They can question you, but you don't have to answer it because you still retain your Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination or anything like that. But, the important thing, as I said, it's for officer safety, and there has to be a reasonable articulable suspicion. If they were patting down everyone that was on the sidewalk, that would not be okay because, this isn't licensed for police to go on a fishing expedition. And if, they were patting down people that for which they had no suspicion, and then they found something, that would very easily get challenged by a semi-competent defense attorney and get thrown out. So I don't practice criminal law. I did corporate insecurities and derivatives for 25 years, but I find this interesting. And in law school, I did take criminal procedure and criminal law, and I did pretty well at it. And before I went to law school, I was an auxiliary police officer at the 6-2 precinct in New York City. And so I find these body cam videos very interesting, and hopefully you guys got something out of this. And if you did, like and subscribe. I've almost got 4,000 subscribers as of today, and if we get 5,000, I'll do a live stream. So let me know in the comments if you like this video and if you want to see more like this. Have a great day, everyone.